Hello guys, and welcome to a new lesson in Linux. In this lesson we will be talking about the files and directories permissions. First I will display the files and directories that I have here. As you can see, it displayed the files and directories. Now let's talk about the permissions. Here are the bits. As you can see, there are 10 bits, 2 dashes and R, and another 2 dashes and R, and then dash WR, and the first bit. If the first bit is a dash, this indicates that this is a file, and if the first bit is a D, this indicates that this is a directory, and the 9 other bits are the permissions. The first 3 bits are the permissions of the owner, which is Jamal. The second 3 bits are the permissions of this group, Jamal, and the last 3 bits are the permissions of any other user on the server. As you can see here in the permissions, there are letters like R and W and X. The letter R refers to the word read, and it has an octal number of 4. And this octal number is what we will use lately to change the permission. We will see how to use the octal number to change the permission after a bit. And you have the letter W. This refers to the word write, and it has an octal number of 2. And you have the letter X, which refers to the word execute, and this has an octal number of 1. Now, as you can see, for example, the permissions of this file here, you have the first 3 permissions, which is R, W, and then blank. RW for the owner or the user Jamal means that the user Jamal can read and write in this file. And here R is for the group Jamal. This means that the group Jamal can only read this file, and R for the other users on the server. This means that any other user on the server can only read this file. Now let's, for example, see the octal number of the first permission here of this file, jamal1.txt. As you can see, here is R, W, and then blank. We said that R equals 4 and W, which is right, equals 2. So 4 plus 2 equals 6. So the first permission will be 6. The second one is R, and it will be 4. And the third one, which belongs to the users on the server, will be 4. As you can see, number 644 is the permission of this file. Let's, for example, see the permission of this directory over here. You will find RWX, and we said that X is execute, and it has the octal number of 1. So RW means 4 plus 2, which will be 6, and then plus 1 means 7. So those 3 letters over here indicates the number 7 because of 4 plus 2 plus 1. And then you'll have the permission of the owner, the permission of the group. It has R and then blank and then execute, read and execute, which will indicate the number 5 because of 4 plus 1. And the same with other users on the server, it will be 5. So this means that any default file created will have a default permission of 644, and any default directory that's created will have a default permission number 7 5 5. Now let's create a directory. I will type the command mkdir and then the directory's name, press enter, and I will create a file by the command touch and then press or enter the file's name, txt, and press enter. Now I have created a directory and a file. Let's display the files. As you can see here, the file and the directory that we have just created are here. This is the file and this is the directory, and the file has the default permissions of 6, 4, 4, the RW, the R and the R, and the directory has the default permission of 7, 5, 5, the permissions over here. And because I have made this directory and this file from the user root, so here it states that the owner is root and the group root. Now I will edit in this file over here, test.txt, by the vi editor. So I will type vi and then test.txt. Now I will type any words. First I will press I and then I will type any words. And then I will save this editing, but first I will press on escape and then press on 2 dots, W and then Q, and press enter. As you can see, it has successfully saved because it has the permission of writing. If we display the contents of the file, as you can see, here are the words that we have just edited in the file. Now as you can see, we have edited this file from this owner here, which is root, and because this owner root has the permission to write, that gave me the ability to write in the file. But let's try to write in the file from another user and find out what will happen when there is no permission to write in the file, because here as you can see, the permission of other users is read only, not write. So I will try to go from another user. I'll type su and then the name of the user that I want to switch to. Now I'll type who am I to make sure on which user I am. See Jamal, that I'm on the user Jamal. Now I will try to edit in the same file. I will type vi and then test.txt and press enter and then press I. As you can see, I will type any other few words. And now I will try to save. Press enter. As you can see, an error message have appeared that I can't save or edit in this file because I don't have the permission to write in this file. Now I will get out of here. Now let's try to change the permissions from this user. The command to change a permission, you will type chmod. Sorry, there is no E here. And then you will type the octal number of the permission that you will change. Let's see how. For example, you see here the permission of the file test is RW. We said that R, which is read, has an octal number of 4, and W has an octal number of 2, so it will be 6. We will leave it as it is. And here the permissions of the group is R, which means 4, so I will leave it at 4. But here I want other users to have the ability to write. So W indicates the number 2 as an octal number. So R plus 2 or 4 plus 2 means 6, so I will type 6. This means that I will give permissions to other users to read and write in this file. Now I will type the file's name that I'm going to apply this permissions to, and then press enter. And as you can see, it gave me a message that changing permissions of test.txt operation not permitted. And that's because we have tried to change the permissions with another user or another owner, and that cannot happen. To change a permission, you must change it from the owner itself, and that the owner here is the only one that can change the permissions of this file. So I will go to this user. I'll type su dash, and as you can see, su dash turns me or switches me from any other user to the root, and that's why it asked me for the password. Now I will enter the path of the home directory of Jamal and press enter. I will display the files, and we will change the permissions of this file here. So as we have seen before, I will type the command chmod and then the numbers 6, 4, and I will add the write next to the read here. So this will not be 4, I will type 6, and then the file's name test.txt, and press enter. Now if you display the files, as you can see, the permission has been changed and has the write ability or the write permission. Now let's check it out from the user Jamal. I will switch to Jamal. I will open the file, and from here I will try inserting other words, and I will try to save. And as you can see, it has successfully saved because we have given the user Jamal the permission to write in the file. Other users, that any other user like Jamal or any other user has the permission to write in this file over here. We will display the file, and as you can see, the new words that I have added appeared. Now, as we have learned that the default directory you make has the permission of 755 by octal numbers, there are other types of directories, and that's the users directory, and this has a different permission default, which will be 700. Let's find out. I will go to the home directory and then display the directories. As you see here, it's a little bit different because those are the directories of the users, but not this one. This is a directory that I have created that we will talk about lately in this lesson. But as you can see, the directories of the users, like this one here, Jamal, Omar, and Torque, three of them, all of them has the permission 700, and 00 means that those three permissions, the one that belongs to the groups and other users, they can't write, read, or even execute any of the files or directories inside this user. And this is made to be more secure so that no other user can view the files or execute or read the files of the other user. And note that each directory of a user will have its username and the group's name as the same name as the directory. So now I am in the user Jamal, I will try to read or view any of the files or directories of the user Omar. I'll type ls -l Omar / and press enter. As you can see, it gave me an error message, cannot open directory Omar, permission denied. Let's try the same command on torque -l torque and then /enter. It gave me the same permission denied message. As I've told you before, this directory here shared is the one that I have created, and it has different permission than the other users. We could not access Omar or Torque or even see their files or directories because I don't have permission, but the permission is different for the directory shared. I can execute and read. So I will type cd shared and press enter. As you can see, it took me inside because I have the permission. Now I will display the files in this directory. As you can see, because of this directory shared has this permission over here, that any user on the server could read or execute files inside this directory, and that's why we are able to read this file. Any user that will access could list the files inside this directory shared, and in this directory there is a file called shared.txt, and it has the owner Torque and the group sales, and here are the permissions again. As you can see, Torque has the permission to read and write. The group sales has the permission to only read the file, and any other user on the server has the permission to only read the file. Now I am by the user Jamal, and this user Jamal is like any other user on the server, has only the permission to read. So if I will type or try to access the file, if I try to type any word and then press enter and try to save it, it will deny saving it because I don't have the permission to write. Now I will go back out. Now this owner here, Torque, has the permission to read and write in the file, so I will access by the user Torque so that I can write or edit in the file. Press enter. It will ask me for the password. Sorry, I entered the wrong password. Okay, I will have to type the whole command again, su torque, and then type the password. I'll try to edit the file. And then save. As you can see, it's successfully saved by the owner, which has the permission to write in the file. Now I will display the files. Okay, now I want the user Jamal to be able to write in this file without changing this permission over here, because this permission is about the other users, and Jamal is one of the other users, but I only want Jamal to be able to write in this file but not other users. What will I do? I will add the user Jamal to this group over here, sales, and then change the permission of the group. But first I will start with changing the permission of the group, so I will type the command ch, and then I will type the number. I will leave the first one at 6, and then I will make the second one as 6 too, so that I will give the group sales, the permission to write, and then leave the last one at 4 and press enter, and then type the file's name, and press enter. As you can see here, the permission is changed from R to RW, and we have changed it because we are from the owner, Torque, and that's the only user that can change the permissions in here. And of course, the only other user or thing that can change the permissions is the root. But except that, or by that, or different than that, no other user can change except the owner himself. Now I will add the user Jamal to the group sales, but to do that first I will switch to root, so I will type su dash. To add the user Jamal to the group sales, I will type the command group add, and then -a capital G, and then the group's name, which is sales, and then the user Jamal, and press enter. Okay, it appears that I have made a mistake. The correct command is user mode, and then -a G capital, and then the group's name, and then the user's name, and press enter. Now the user Jamal is successfully added to the group sales. Now back to the directory shared, and I will display files. Now as you can see, the user Jamal is inside the group sales, and the group sales has the permissions read and write. I will change to the user Jamal, su Jamal, press enter. I will type the command groups. As you can see, Jamal has two groups. Its primary one, which is Jamal, and is in the group sales. Now Jamal has the same permission as the group sales, which will be able to write in the file. If I type vi and then the file's name, and here I try to add other words, and then try to save. As you see, it's successfully saved because the permissions on the group sales is applied on any other user under the same group. And by that we have talked about permissions. Let's see how to change the owner of or the group of any file or directory. I'll display the file. Now I want to change this owner here, Torque, to another owner. I will type the command chown, and then capital R, and then I will type the name of the new owner or user. I will type here Omar, and then the name of the file, and press enter. As you can see, it did not change here because I am in the user Jamal. I will go back to the root. Back to the directory. And I will change the owner now. I'll type the command chown capital R, and then the name of the new user and the name of the file. Now if I type ls -l, as you can see, the owner has been changed to Omar. Now I would like to change the group. I will type the command chown capital R, and then two dots, and then the name of the new group, account, and then the name of the file, and press enter. Now ls minus l. As you can see, the group has been changed from sales to account, and this means that if you want any user on the server to have the permissions of reading and writing on this file, you must add it to this group over here under the name account. And by that we have learned how to change the permissions of files and directories, and how to change the owner or group. Thank you for watching, and